Today we will learn data structures using C. Generally, this paper will be there for degree students, those who are studying BCA and BSc Computer Science. So, let us enter into this topic. Before going to the definition of data structure, you need to know few terminology. That is a basic terminology. So, have to be idea regarding this basic terminology, especially elementary data organization. You need to know the elementary data organization. So, these terms will be the foundation for your understanding and how data is stored and accessed and organized in computer memory. So, how the data will be stored and how we can retrieve the data and how the data will be organized. This entire part we will discuss by the next minutes. Coming to the first one, data. What do you mean by data? So, the word data means the raw facts and figures that have no meaning on their own. Means the data couldn't have the meaning of their own. So it seems that without the support of any other, that data couldn't have any meaning. So let me give an example so that you will get a clear clarity. So I'm giving you one example. Let me take one number and let me take one string LAXMI Lakshmi and let me take one number, another number 85.6. So this is my data. What did you understand from this data? Nothing you couldn't understand because I did not given any name. Just I mentioned the number here and here I mentioned the name and here I mentioned some number. This is a float number and this is integer number. This is a integer string. Sorry, this is a string. So what did you understand by looking at this example? Absolutely, you couldn't understand anything. Why it is? Because I did not mention any name in front of that number. Suppose I will give you like roll number. Suppose I am a student. So student name equal to student name equal to Lakshmi and student roll number equal to 123 and marks student marks equal to 85.6. So I got this percentage. So by looking at these three examples, are you able to understand anything? Definitely, you can say yes, because I'm clearly mentioning here this is a student name. So, by looking at this word student name, yeah, student name is Lakshmi. And by looking at this student roll number, the student roll number is 123. By looking at this marks, yeah, this is the average percentage that student got. So, what did you understand from this? Before, I have given directly this value. Did you understand anything? Nothing you couldn't understand. But once I clearly specified the name, like student name, once I clearly specified with the student roll number, once I clearly mentioning that marks, now you can understand something. So that is what data. Data means that is a draft facts, but there is no meaning on their own. Without any other support, that data couldn't have any meaning. That is the exact definition of the data. Now, move on to the next concept that is called data item. What is the next one? Data item. So, data item means a single unit of data. Single unit of data means that data couldn't be divided, and that data will be a combination of multiple items. That data will be a combination of multiple items. So let me give one more example for elementary data item. For elementary data item, let me give one example, that is 25. So 25 means, what is 25? There will be a number of questions in your mind. For that solution, I am giving here age. So now you will have some idea, no? Yeah, this 25 is age of the person. Now you got idea, right? That is what elementary data item means, that cannot be divided. If you divide it, there is no meaning for that. Now coming to the next one, group data items. Group data items means that is a combination of multiple items. Combination of multiple items. Let me give one more example for the combination of multiple items. So what is that combination of multiple items? Let me take one example, that is called marks. That is marks. So marks means there will be a number of questions in my mind. So what is that marks? If the students will have 6 different subjects, so each subject will have mark, no? That is a combination of multiple items. This is exactly suitable for the group data item. Marks is a exact example for group data item. That is a multiple items. Marks means there will be a number of categories enter into my mind. That would be an any subject. I could take Telugu subject or English or science, social, like that. So marks is an multiple items. This is the best example for group data item. Be careful, student. You need to be ready with this basic terminology, because whenever you are learning data structure, have to know the basic terminology. That terminology I am explaining here in one by one way. So listen carefully, and so that you will understand something. Next one, I am entering into the third part, that is entity. What do you mean by entity? Entity means an object about which data is collected. An object is about which data is collected. So let me take one example so that you will get a full clarity. Suppose I am taking an example as employee. I am taking example as employee. So for that employee, we will have a number of categories. So for an employee, we will have a employee ID, and we have one more category, that is employee name, and we will have a salary, and we will have a date of joining. Date of joining. So these 4 parts were attributes. Attributes for the entity. Attributes for the entity. Attributes means nothing but properties. These are all employee ID, employee name, salary, date of joining. So these are all attributes for this entity. Here employee is an entity, and employee id, employee name, salary and date of joining will be an attributes, like properties of that particular person. So I hope you understand what is an entity. Entity means an object which is data will be collected. So let me take one more example. Let me take example like student. Student is an entity. So what would be an attributes for the students? For students will have student name and student ID, and we have roll number, and next we have marks. So these are all we can call it as attributes. What are these attributes? So let me write so that you will get clarity. So these are all called attributes. Attributes for the entity called student. Attributes for the entity called students. So this is what an entity. I hope you understand. Next, move on to the next concept, that is called attribute. Attribute we already discussed. Attribute means a property or characteristic of an entity. So before we took one example, that is student is an one entity. What would be an attributes for that? The attributes will be student name, and another attribute will be student roll number, and one more attribute will be a marks. These are all properties. These are all attributes. So I hope you understand attribute. Now entering into the next one, that is the field. What is that? Field. A space in memory to store one attribute of an entity. Field means it is a space in the memory. Space in the memory to store one attribute of an entity. Suppose here I took attributes. Student roll number. So student roll number will be an like integer. Student roll number will be an integer. So that space, it has a field is created a space in memory. Field is created a space in memory. That is what field. Here I already given example. Char name that carries 20. Char name 20 is a field to store a name. This is the field to store a name. Now entering into the sixth one, that is a record. Record means a collection of related fields. A collection of related fields. So we have fields. Here I took char name which carries 20. So that related field, number of related field, that collection we can call it as a record. Now entering into the next one. So file means a collection of records stored in permanently on a disk. On a disk. So a collection of records. So let me take example called a college entry file. College entry file means we will be having the records of old students, and we will be having a record of currently studying students details, and we will be having a record of new admission students details. That collection of all records we can call it as a file. That is what file. So a file of all students data is the best example for the file. So finally we are entering into the concept called data structure. Here I will give a basic sentence. What would be an data structure? Data structure means a way to organize and store data efficiently in memory. This is a way to organize and store data efficiently in a memory. So we will have a number of data. Suppose I have a student's data in my hand. How I need to organize the data and how I need to store the data efficiently in a memory. That is what data structure. Here we have types of data structure. Anyway, by the next classes, I will going to explain very detailed manner about types of data structure. That is, we have linear and non-linear data structures. I will explain by the next classes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I have given a clear idea about the basic terminology and elementary data organization details. Thank you so much students for watching this video, and I want to discuss one more thing. I'm already having completed my classes regarding PHP. That would be there in my playlist. You can watch that PHP details. PHP tutorials are there. Watch that videos also. That videos will be helpful to you. Thank you so much and subscribe my channel.